My name is Rebecca Peizer from the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone, and I'm going to show you today how to make this beautiful Napoleon of grapes, lobster, and avocado with a green grape creme. So let's start with the lobster. Here I've got a cooked lobster. You can pre-purchase cooked lobster meat if you didn't want to cook it yourself. We've boiled this lobster about 15 minutes. After picking the meat, we've chopped it up. You can also shred it by hand. The grapes that we're going to use for this Napoleon are three different colors. We have red grapes that have been halved. We have black grapes, which were quite large, so we cut them into quarters. And we have green grapes for the green grape creme. Very simple. We're going to take a nice, ripe, yet slightly firm avocado, and you can feel that by just pressing into it a little bit. If it gives a little, then you're good to go. We're going to dice this up. Cut in half across the equator, twist the top off to open it, and then carefully take your knife, hit the pit, and twist. Okay? And then remove that pit. Take a spoon and carefully try to scoop out the whole avocado half. You can see how nice and intact that avocado is. And then we're going to dice it, a small dice, which is about 1/4 of an inch. And to do so, I'm just going to cut across the whole length of the avocado. And then cut the avocado lengthwise this way, and then perpendicular this way. Don't do this too far in advance or the avocado will discolor. So to prevent this from discoloring and just to add a little bit of balance, we're going to take some lime juice, some minced chives, and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and a touch of salt. I'm gently going to mix this and set it to the side. So let's prepare the lobster base for the salad. Here I have some chopped up, shredded lobster meat. This includes the tail, the claws, and all of the leg meat. I have a little bit of sea salt here, and a touch of Aleppo chili pepper. This is a chili pepper that comes from Syria. It has a little bit of spice, but also a little bit of sweetness, and a touch of heat will pair very nicely and contrast with the grapes in this dish. We're just going to mix this together and set that to the side. So let's make our green grape creme. Here I have some whole California green grapes. I'm going to put those in a blender. I have some creme fraiche. Creme fraiche is like sour cream, a bit milder, from France. If you didn't have creme fraiche, you could use sour cream. Some minced cilantro stem, and some minced jalapeno. Remove the seeds for this preparation, otherwise it will be too spicy. We're going to take this and blend it until it's very smooth. And then I'm going to strain this just to get out any little bits of skin from the jalapeno. To finish off the cream, we're going to add a little bit of honey and some lime zest to the strained cream, and whisk that together. Pinch of salt. And then chill this thoroughly to let it set and for the flavors to marry. I have one finished right over here. Last piece to our salad here is our frisée. This is a frisée, otherwise called curly endive, and we want to use just the very center portion here. They call that blanched. So in order to do that, take the head of lettuce and splay it open with the root side up, and gently cut away all of the dark green leaves. You could save those and braise them if you like. They're a little bit too bitter for this preparation. And then you're left with just the center portion here. Cut this up and wash it very well. We're going to take some whole cilantro leaves, the ones that came with the top of the stems that went into our creme. Put those into the salad. Season this with just a little bit of salt. I have a bit of lime juice and a bit of extra virgin olive oil. Gently just toss this together. Let's build our Napoleon. A Napoleon is generally a term used for a layered item. Could be a dessert, could be a salad just like this. Our Napoleon is going to be consistent of our lobster meat and our 3 different beautiful colored grapes, our green, our red, and our black, as well as some avocado and our green grape creme. Let's begin. I have here about a 2-inch round mold. I'm going to put that on the plate. I'm going to add some of my lobster meat here. And then pack that down so that it gives some structure to the Napoleon. Add just a little bit more. Next, I'm going to take some of my black grapes, which we've quartered, and I'm going to randomly put these in here so that some of the skin and some of the flesh shows on the outside. Next, I'm going to take some of my avocado. I'm going to press this in to keep compacting the layers together and help to make a base for our beautiful red grapes. So now is the artistic portion of our Napoleon. I'm going to shingle these grapes around the edge on top of the avocado. Now that we've assembled the Napoleon, it's time to take the ring mold off. Before doing that, I want to just give a very gentle press to the grapes on the top to make sure that they stay intact. And very carefully lift this mold right off. And if you take a look, you can see the lobster, the black grapes, the avocado, and the red grapes on the top. I'm going to take a little bit of flaked sea salt and just sprinkle the top here to give a little extra texture and seasoning. It'll help to balance very well with the sweetness and the acidity of the grapes and the sweetness and the richness of the lobster. I have my green grape creme and my little frisée salad. Grape, lobster, and avocado Napoleon with a green grape creme.